How can I raise fees with my existing clients? I settled for 20% with a few of them a few years ago. Now I've proven myself with them, and I know they're paying higher fees to other people. A mentor of mine taught me this years ago when I wanted to talk about raising fees, and I'll share with you what he shared with me. Anytime one talks about raising fees, there always needs to be a corresponding conversation about your plan to increase value to them. Even though you might be doing everything you can, you still have to talk about providing more value. For example, if you're the client, I'd say, I have loved working with you. I've been so grateful for our relationship over the last few years and the opportunities you've given me. And I want to put you in our top tier of clients. And at 20%, I don't have enough margin to make the investments in the searches I need to do to take it to another level, to engage our research team more, to go deeper on the searches, to make more attempts for candidates that aren't getting back to us, to get those people that aren't the lower hanging fruit. So my proposal is we're going to do, and I would have whatever it is that you can do in the relationship A, B, and C. And for that, I propose that we raise our fee from 20% to 22.78%. And or pick a number if you want to get closer to 25. I just find that much big of a leap depending on your relationship with them might be too much, but I generally find 10% jumps ish. I had a campaign, I remember, I think it was in the late 90s where I had a number of clients that were 20%. I think I went at them with 21.9 or 22.5 percent increases, and you don't get a lot of resistance. I think it's harder to do a bigger jump, but play with it. What I've learned too is use a really specific number, like 22.78. It gives the appearance that you sat down with a calculator and you just said, my margins, I can't afford to invest more in these search because my margins are too tight at 20%. But here's all the things I want to do. Even if you're already doing them, they might not know it because if you're doing full-fledged search and you're giving them like 6, 7 attempts per person, they're getting a bargain. So you just talk about your process, and that's going to represent an investment of 22.78%. Can you authorize that increase? And they're going to go a lot of times, where the heck did you come up with that number? And my response was always, I looked at your projects. We did a time and motion study. We looked at how many times, how many attempts we have to make to get a hold of people, to go after the people that are harder to get a hold of, the ones you really want to see. We know we can go even deeper, and how long that took us, what the investment in research was, what the investment with our admin team was, factored in all the costs. We got a good feeling for the number of hours, and then we took out a calculator, did what we felt was a fair markup, and that's where we came up with that number. I just find even if this technique works, by the way, when you're quoting new fees, whenever you quote a really specific number, the negotiations are, and the concessions I see our clients give up are smaller. And it's an interesting conversation. And everything I just said was true, by the way. We knew our metrics with our clients, and we knew how many calls on average it took, and how many people we had to talk to on average, and how many attempts it took to get them on average to fill a search. So you could do that. You could say how many hours is that? You take a recruiter's bill rate at his or her billings divided by 52 and divided by 40, meaning you don't say, hey, my recruiter salary of 40,000 and their bill rate is blank. No, this is somebody that bills out at 300,000 a year. So that's the bill rate that when you factor these things in your head, if you need that help. So that's how I would raise fees with existing clients.